Hey, and welcome to the latest episode of the Mind Body Health Podcast with myself, Dave Sheahan, high performance consultant and dedicated to educating, motivating, and inspiring people just like you to regain control of mind, body, health area of life, because that will have a massive catalytic impact in every area of your life. I'm here on this podcast, as well as all the content I share across social media and work with my clients around the world, to give you the tools, the strategies, the tips that will help you to really empower yourself to take control of your life, to be the best you can be, to live the best life you can, to have the best life experience. And my focus is always on clearing up the confusion. We live in a time when there has never been so much information, which should be fantastic, but the reality is that most of it is absolute garbage, and so much from supposed inverted commas experts. So I'm dedicated to, ongoing research, trying things out, being a guinea pig myself, same with working with my clients, and being able to bring you the best information, the truth, the reality, the facts. And that's what I'm big on, is sharing the facts to clear up the confusion so that people can start benefiting from real information and start feeling the experience of optimum health, of vitality and energy and so on. Because we're living in a society where people are increasingly becoming ill. People are increasingly getting illnesses and diseases and viruses and all kinds of things. People are becoming increasingly unhappy and unfulfilled in life. And there's many aspects that lead to that. And that's, again, what a big purpose of this podcast is, to share real information with you that will help you to escape that kind of hold the society has in you. So in this particular podcast, I want to speak to you about the truth behind, where do you get your protein narrative? So what's the truth behind that narrative? Is there validity to it, or is there no validity to it? Well, bottom line is, here's the first question I'll ask you. Have you ever come across anyone who's protein deficient? Here's the second question. Have you even heard of someone being protein deficient, and someone who wasn't, let's say, on a protest, a hunger strike in prison? Have you ever heard of protein deficiency? Third question. So then why are we bombarded with the need for protein? Why are we led to believe that we nearly can't get enough protein? As well as our normal nutrition, even if it's good, we still need to have tons of protein supplements and protein shakes, and we need to eat tons of meat and all this type of stuff. And even if you're vegan, you need to be getting tons of protein sources. What's the reality behind this? Well, the reality is that you need only a fraction of the protein that they tell you that you're required to have, that you need to have. You need a fraction. Why is that? Because it's not the most important nutrient for our body. Of course, protein's important, just as carbohydrates is, just as fats are, just as hydration is, just as vitamins and minerals are. But protein is by far not the most important. It's important to get good protein in when you get protein. It's important to get good balance. It's important to get the 9 essential amino acids into your nutrition plan from what you eat. But it's not the most important. And it is very, 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 very rare for anyone to be protein deficient. Now, how can that be when vast majority of people don't even eat that healthy? Well, it's because we get protein in everything. Protein's like a binder. Protein is in everything. A banana has protein. Porridge, oats, rice, they have proteins. They're seen as carbohydrate sources, but they have protein. So too does meat and chicken and all that stuff, or chickpeas and lentils and kidney beans and tofu and all that side from the vegan perspective, plant-based perspective. But what drives this then? Like, what's the logic behind, constant question about getting enough protein in, marketing of getting enough protein in, education in, whether it be for medical, whether it be for pharmaceutical, whether it be for fitness, health, wellness, the education is all based nutritionally around, the protein predominantly. Why is that? Well, we live in a world where industries run society. Industries run society, and industries are increasingly running the education that society gets. So the food industry really drives things on. The supplement industry really drives things on. There are huge industries that make huge money, and at the end of the day, people are just vehicles for profit. That is all they are. People are vehicles for profit. It's been that way increasingly so for the pharmaceutical industry for a long, long time, medical industry, all the different industries. They're not interested in you as a person. They're not interested in what's best for you. They're interested in making money out of you. So if you can create a narrative that where do you get your protein from, and you need protein, and if you don't get enough protein, this will happen, that will happen, people will believe it, because we're supposed to believe the supposed inverted commas experts who are telling us these things. But the reality is very different. reality is there is no protein deficiency. It's a complete rarity, and protein is not the most important nutrient, and it is not what people are deficient in. What are people deficient in? People are deficient in fiber more than anything else. I heard a thing yesterday that 99% of Americans are fiber deficient. 99%. Now that would be a reflection of most of the world. 99%. You take what most people are doing. Most people's nutrition is made up of, especially processed food, refined foods, not much density in terms of nutritionally to them, not much fruits and vegetables. Most people struggle to have 4 or 5 portions of vegetables a day. 4 or 5. Some people have none. They don't like them. They don't like fruits, they don't like vegetables, they won't eat them. No fiber, no antioxidants, no vitamins and minerals, and then they'll wonder why they're not experiencing good health. They'll wonder then why they get illnesses and diseases and, injuries easily, poor mood, poor concentration, conditions, all these kind of things. Because the reality is, vitamins and minerals are the most important nutrient. Vitamins and minerals are the building block, the foundation for your body, for your health, for your vitality, for every aspect of your life. Okay, they are the most important. So if you're not getting adequate vitamins and minerals, antioxidants into your body, then your immune system isn't going to be strengthened and reinforced, which is what you need. Your immune system is your defense. Your immune system is your personal army. So if you're not daily strengthening that army, how do you expect it to protect you? How do you expect to protect you? Every disease, ailments, pains, aches, issues, they're all typically boiling down to poor nutritional habits, lack of fiber, lack of antioxidants, lack of vitamins and minerals. So we need to shift our focus to vitamins and minerals, fruits and vegetables, smoothies, eating salads, eating vegetables raw, eating stir fries, eating all these things, getting huge quantities of fruits and vegetables in their whole form, apart from when you put in a smoothie, which still is whole form but drinkable. That's the most important. That's what you need to focus on. That's what you need to get more and more in. Because the whole protein, it's a protein lie. It's not a truth, it's a complete lie. We do not need a fraction of protein we need. And the only reason you're hearing it all the time is because supplements are a huge industry. Trillion, zillion, whatever the hell the number is, same as the food industry. Like the way we get hammered all the time about how we need to eat more meat and more meat, more meat. No, we don't need to eat more meat. And take aside the vegan element, like I'm vegan since 2012. Forget that. I'm not talking about the vegan side. All the crap that comes with the meat in terms of antibiotics and growth hormones and everything else to pump into the animals to grow them faster and stronger and bigger and keep them less sick with all the antibiotics. We take all that, but also, we don't need that much protein. High protein diets is what is causing a lot of diseases, especially cancer. High protein diets, especially high meat diets, and especially high processed meat diets. And a huge percentage of the world live in these kind of diets. All these supplements, what, about 20, 22, 23 years ago weren't really a thing. I remember protein supplements coming on the market and they were just small thing. It was just basic protein. That was it. Couple of companies. Now it's colossal and there's such a range of products, all built on protein, all built on a protein lie. Before that, we were okay. Then suddenly we needed to get all this extra protein in. And the only way we could get it in was through supplements. You had to have shakes. You had to have milkshakes. You had to buy these whey proteins or casein proteins. Otherwise, you couldn't survive. You're going to be protein deficient. Lies, lies, lies. Now, that doesn't mean I'm saying never, ever have a protein shake. What I'm saying is that the need for you to have it is very, very slim. If you want to have it for safety, in terms of to ensure you're getting enough, or you just don't eat a lot of good nutrition and you don't eat a lot of protein at all, you don't even eat at all, really, that's okay. But the reality is, if you're eating a generally okay nutrition plan, ideally with a decent bit of fruits and vegetables, ideally with mainly whole foods and not a lot of processed foods, you have more than enough protein. Like I said, everything has protein in it. Everything has protein in it. Like I said, even bananas. So we get more than enough protein. We don't need to worry about protein. Especially when I was on my journey towards moving towards becoming vegan, that was my big thing. Could I get enough protein? Would my body emaciate and fall away? When I'm in this 25 years and in all my education, the nutrition aspect had a huge emphasis on protein. And especially when I started out and I was doing bodybuilding predominantly, it was drilled into me how I had to get so much protein in. And I used to wake up at 3 a.m, set an alarm to get a protein shake in to get enough in. I was eating protein with every meal, protein specific, like whether it was beef or mince or turkey or chicken or eggs or tuna or any of this type of stuff. It was every day I had to get enough in. I was eating 10 times, 11 times a day. And big portion of every meal was protein, because suppose you needed that to build muscle. But in my experimentation on myself, as I started investigating the whole vegan side of things and different types of protein, not having your typical animal protein, I didn't need the animal proteins to get the same results, if not better. And two, as time went on and I learned more and more about how we don't need that much protein, I was eating way less specific protein sources, didn't make a difference in my results. If I ate them, I felt much better, got better results. And then I wiped out supplements because I didn't feel I needed them. Again, no difference in my results. If I ate them, they got better, because all these things are making our body more toxic, making our bodies more acidic. So high protein makes your body more toxic and acidic. Tons of these supplements, which are not healthy and have a lot of terrible ingredients in them, are making our bodies very toxic. The more toxic your body is, the less efficient it can work. Okay. So as I said, I'm not saying never have protein shakes, but if you do decide to have some, make sure you be very careful at checking out the company that you're getting it from, and make sure it's real proper whole food and ideally plant-based. But it is like a last resort, I would say, to have that as. Forget about needing so much protein. Forget about needing to get protein with every meal. There is protein in every meal. You don't have to have a protein specific meal. It's like someone feeling, oh, I have to have a little bit of potato, a bit of veg, and I have to have a big chunk of meat. Or if it was a ton of tofu or whatever, if you took out that specified protein source and had more of a carbohydrate or something like that, it'd be better for you, if anything. Okay, so we get protein with everything. We don't need to focus on that. The vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, that is the food source we need to focus more on. That is the food source we need to get more and more of. Okay, antioxidants is what our immune system is built on. Your body, your gut health, everything is built on your immune system. Okay, it is so important you get tons of fruits and vegetables, and importantly fiber, because you can get fruits and vegetables in, but a lot of people do it by juicing. Don't do it that way. Eat the food, chew it well, or use a blender. Okay, and make smoothies. You know, that is the best way. I have a smoothie every single day with about 16 antioxidant rich ingredients. Now, what is that doing for my immune system, my body, my health, my brain, everything? It's doing wonders. I can't even remember last time I was sick. My brain operates at a fairly high level most of the time anyway. And I operate at a high level in general, because my immune system is being fed what it needs. It's being strengthened every single day. I'm reinforcing it every single day. And you can too. We all can. It's up to ourselves. Okay. So, you know, I wanted to tackle the narrative of where do you get your protein from, because it's such a ridiculous one. Like, it's like for vegans are told, where do you get your protein from? Where can you get it from? You know, you don't eat meat. There are so many protein sources, you know, between the tofus and the tempehs and those kind of things, but then chickpeas and kidney beans and lentils and legumes and all this. And then factor in the fact that you don't even have to get specific protein sources all the time. General food has it anyway. So, you know, you don't need that much protein. Of course, the more high operating you are, like as an athlete, and the more demanding your training is, like I compete as a triathlete, so I'm doing a lot of high volume training and intense. My protein needs to be better or higher than somebody who's sitting down all day, very inactive. But the bottom line is we do not need that much protein. We only need a little bit. Protein deficiency is an unheard of phenomenon. You know, think about it. I bet you've never heard of anyone with protein deficiency. I never have, and I'm working in this area, and I'm working with people, thousands of people over the world for 25 years now. I've never come across, and I've come across people with horrendous lifestyles. They still weren't deficient in protein. So it's a myth. It isn't going to happen. Don't worry about it. Get in your protein. I'm not telling you not to eat protein, but what I'm saying is don't be worried about protein. Instead, shift your focus to worrying about antioxidants, vitamins and minerals, fiber. That is what you need. Fiber especially is so important, especially for your gut and your gut microbiome. All these things are important. Your healthy gut is crucial to overall health and well-being. So shift your focus, get lots of fruits and vegetables in, and get lots of fiber in, and you will improve your health dramatically. So hope that's helped. Hope that's made sense. I'd welcome your comments, your feedback, your opinions, anything you'd like to share. Maybe you have your own personal stories around this whole area. Maybe you have some information you'd like to share to add to it. Shoot me a message. You can contact me on any of the social medias or via email. Give this a rating, review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to it on, or if you happen to watch on YouTube, leave a comment below. And I'm here to help any way I possibly can. Remember, I'm dedicated to educate, motivating, and inspiring you and anyone like you to get control of your mind, body, health area of your life, and to be the best you, to live the best life that you can. I'm here to help any way I can. That's what I'm dedicated to. So make use of that. And I hope you're enjoying the Mind Body Health podcast. Please give your feedback and please listen to previous episodes. And remember, we drop an episode every week at the moment. So get ready for that. Share it out there, tell others, and I hope this helps. Have a good one. Keep taking action.